we'll see Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears.
It is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. Moments ago, a scene that's played here since 2004. Big Ben Roethlisberger greeted by this sold-out Heinz Field crowd. His Steelers getting set to match up with the Chicago Bears. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. But look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 15 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working. And they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger. Short little throw to Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So, Charles, defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but a guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack?
You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackles, your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys who go after the quarterback the most, because you know that he's not going to run and beat you consistently throughout the game. You can rush more aggressively off the edge and even up the middle, because even if he evades you, he's not going to go very far. You have a lot more confidence going after him in the pocket.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Short little throw to Ebron. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On first down, Harris. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. A timeout here as we got a player shaken up, and that's Johnson who's down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to...
Touchdown! It's complete. Chase Claypool his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Montgomery. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll run on 1st down. Montgomery. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Fields now to throw.
Caught left side, Williams. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
On 3rd down, it's Montgomery. And for the moment, this will be a 1st down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. 1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
Fields.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
They snap it to Fields.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Robinson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes that'd be...
Touchdown, Bears! Brashad Perriman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession.
Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Now a throw here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense as we play here in Week 9 of the 2021 season. Normally, you're slipping kind of past the halfway point, but now with the season expanding to 17 games, you kind of think the teams might look up and say, that's into a crowd and intercepted.
Eddie Jackson picks it.
And the Bears are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
5-3, their record at the halfway point. And you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple of things working against them. And number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
They're firing a deep ball for Kmet. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. From the gun, here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. 3rd and 2, Fields. They'll roll him out right. It's complete to Robinson. Touchdown! Allen Robinson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Santos with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chase Claypool with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Boswell good with the extra point. And we are tied here in the second quarter. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. 1 play, 75 yards, 6 points. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Fields on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at my coach. Why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
The best starting field position you could possibly have. First and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris,
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Steelers on one play have taken the lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 21-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Cohen now to return.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Now Fields.
And Graham on the grab. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Out of the gun, Fields. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will do it for this first. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. So time for the 2nd half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter.
Now they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the 2nd half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the 1st half. I think if they get back in balance.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing on 2nd and long.
Fields.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, the terrible towels here at Heinz Field out in full force. Here's 3rd and long.
And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he's taken down inside the 30.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
A gain of 6 there on first. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. To throw again on second down. Fields looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. Montgomery. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Roethlisberger to throw. To the right side to Eric Ebron. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
It's brought in by Harris. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. To the field now come the Bears. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminated touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Here's Cohen now to return.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. To try again after the sack. Fields buying time to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that is incomplete. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. A little juke.
Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards.
And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They fell last week to Cleveland, but they're on top here as they start this drive, 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields escaping the pressure right. Man open is Robinson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Fields. It's complete to Williams. A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8. Fields throwing again. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
On 3rd down, it's Montgomery. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
2nd and 2. 1st down marker at the 8.
Now a run with Montgomery. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
63 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bears have once again taken the lead. Santos with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. A 10-play drive that time, and it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it.
So Big Ben and the Steelers now down 31-28. A little under 2.5 to go. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. Ebron with it over the middle. Into the secondary past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Pat Freiermuth.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Steelers on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Oswald now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. And they will take a knee here.
Offside defense. Oh, man, can't do that.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. So So that one will be accepted. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? An encroachment penalty here, maybe just a mental lapse, partner.
Sometimes you have to just watch the football. Make sure it's snapped before you're jumping.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they can influence you occasionally and look like they're getting ready to move, and the officials don't detect it.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. An encroachment penalty here, maybe just a mental lapse, partner.
Sometimes you have to just watch the football. Make sure it's snapped before you're jumping.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, one thing that you and I featured as a storyline was that they were facing the NFL's #1 defense coming in, and they really took it right to them.
Yeah, they didn't blink, did they? And instead of just saying to themselves, let's make sure that we minimize our mistakes and try and play a conservative-type game, they attacked right from the beginning. Said, we got to go after these guys. I think sometimes you take the #1 rated defense by surprise when you do that.